We're supposed to elect the best of us, not the worst of us. He's everything that's wrong with not just America, but with being a human being.
You know, every once in a while, it's nice to hear from someone that you admire from afar. You admire their work. And then when you find out that they really have their head screwed on straight relative to other things that are probably more important than what their job is, an artist, an actor, it's a good time, right? Good feeling. Nicole Wallace, that's not who I'm talking about, but she was there since it's her podcast. Nicole Wallace from MSNBC has a podcast called The Best People. And she had Jeff Daniels on. Jeff Daniels from a storied career in Hollywood. My favorite role of his is Dumb and Dumber. What I believe to be the funniest movie ever made. Many people disagree with me, but it's okay to be wrong. Those of you who disagree. He's also was in the newsroom. He's been in a bunch of stuff. He's a phenomenal actor. And I want to play this clip from her podcast where they talk about Donald Trump in this second term. And he goes through and really lays out exactly where we are, really just stretching open Donald Trump's mouth and taking just a runny dump right into it. With class, with dignity, he does it. But the other element of this is that I want to talk about her framing of the question and her look back on Donald Trump's election in 2016 and still talking about economic anxiety of MAGA voters. And that's what led them to where they are as Trump supporters. And I just think, when are we going to stop talking about economic anxiety as a motivating, animating factor for these people and not just chalk it up to what it is? These people are racists. These people were given permission to be the worst versions of themselves, to hate the people they already hated. It was given voice by Donald Trump. 15 seconds after he came down the stupid escalator, he was talking about Mexicans being rapists. And I assume, he said, some are good people. But that's not the norm. The norm is rapists. So it's not about economic anxiety. I just want to get that out of the way. Nicole, if you're listening, if you're watching, if somebody sends this to you, I admire your work. I think you do a good job. But let's stop with this nonsense about economic anxiety. Let's be clear-eyed about our past so that we can see our way out of it into the future, into modernity. Watch this clip. Let's talk about some of the elements on the other side.
So Trump wins because things are too damn expensive, right? We talked ahead of the election. I mean, I think a lot of people did feel so much economic anxiety that they swallowed the whole bag of Trump's warts and wounds and flaws to have more economic relief, maybe is what they were looking for. I think there was this pull, right, between I know that he's not doesn't have the character, if he were a lifelong Republican, of someone like Reagan or McCain, but there was this profound sense that things were getting out of reach. The price of college, the price of a home, all those things. If the character or the lack of character didn't hold them back, do you think the economic collapse he's manufactured will make people in Michigan think twice about Trumpism?
I think he's a snake oil salesman, and I think people will see that. I think one of the things that we've lost decency, we've lost civility, we've lost respect for the rule of law. Lost it. We have normalized verbal abuse on the internet. We've normalized bullying, much as the woke generation tried to, change that. It's back. And out the window goes character, integrity. I mean, nobody has great things to say about politicians. They never have. Go back to Mark Twain. But ideally, we're supposed to elect the best of us, not the worst of us. He's everything that's wrong with not just America, but with being a human being. I just don't get the the Christian right, and I've read a lot of people who do, and they explain it a lot better, but it's beyond me. But if Jesus came back, say 4 o'clock this afternoon, and he booked an appearance on your show, what do you think he'd say?
The only thing I would say to push back against Mr. Daniels' points is that we have not lost our decency, our civility, our respect for the rule of law. If anything, it has awoken in us a passion to protect those things, a passion to battle the fascists who are here to destroy our decency and our civility and the rule of law and our democracy and our nation with it. And maybe that's what he means. Us as a whole, we elected him. You know, maybe that's what it is. But we need more of this from people who are respected. We need more of this, whether they be celebrities for the celebrity's sake or celebrities because of the work they do in art, like Jeff Daniels. And the reason I say that, a lot of people say, oh, who cares? Just, shut up and act, or whatever Laura Ingram's stupid book was, shut up and dribble, or, unless you're a conservative athlete or a conservative entertainer, then, you can talk all you want. Let's get Dean Kang or the Hercules guy out here and let's let them blather on about their politics. What's Rob Schneider have to say? But the reason I say that it's okay and that I like it is because maybe there'll be somebody out there who admires Jeff Daniels and says, wow, yeah, maybe that's something to consider. Maybe that's something I should start onboarding and thinking about a little bit more critically. And the reason I don't care if Rob Schneider really gives his opinion is because who's a fan of Rob Schneider? Who's a fan of the GOAT guy, Jim Brewer, or Dean Cain, or any one of these dipshits? They're not going to be moving the needle much. Because when you cape for fascism, when you're here to represent the worst of us are already there. You're not going to be convincing people of that. It's got to be in there already. Anyway, good for Jeff Daniels. I wanted to share this with you. I would solicit your opinions and your conversation on the matter. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. One more ask. Please consider supporting this work, helping me continue to do what I do. Funding this work will help us grow and reach more people with the truth, with, I think, an accurate, positive analysis and commentary on the news on a daily basis. You can click the join button below for $2 a month. Become a channel member right here on this platform, YouTube. You can also go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. That's just a funding mechanism like channel memberships, except it's over there on Patreon. That supports this channel. That supports Brittany Page's channel. That also supports our podcast, I Doubt It, which you should be subscribed to as well. Patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. Follow me on social media. After all of that, I'm just giving you all kinds of homework right now, right? At Dollemore, you can find me everywhere except the Nazi Twitter, but everywhere else at Dollemore. I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.